guys. So today we're going to be answering the question, um, can you give, or is it allowed for anyone to give multiple remedies in homeopathic treatment? Now, this is, I think, useful information for you if you are looking for some kind of resolution. You're looking to resolve your own health problems, right? If you have any health problems and you're kind of looking around in alternative medicine circles, there's a lot of stuff out there. I think there's a lot of impulses. Everyone is promising a cure-all, like a panacea. But I think homeopathy is one of the methods that really works, many times. It's not magic, but you will get better. You have a high chance of curing yourself if you seek the advice of a professional homeopath who knows what he's doing, but many don't know, right? So in this video, I'm asking the question, are we allowed to give multiple remedies? And that means also if you're a patient, if you go to you seek out the help of a homeopath and he's giving you multiple remedies, is that a good sign or a bad sign, or how should you evaluate that? Okay. So, to answer this question, we are gonna turn to the founder of homeopathy. Okay. The founder of homeopathy, whose name was Samuel Hahnemann, who lived in the 18th century, and he wrote the book The Organon, where he that's where he basically gave us the laws and principles of homeopathy. And so let's take a look, right? Let's take a look. What does the founder of homeopathy say about giving multiple remedies? How many remedies should you give at one time? What's going on here? This is what he says. In no case under treatment is it necessary and therefore permissible to administer to a patient more than one single simple medicinal substance at one time. I don't think you can get any clearer than that. Okay, guys? So this is really important. When you're treating yourself with homeopathy, you're not allowed to give multiple remedies. Also, if you're looking for a homeopath and you're evaluating your homeopath, if you want a homeopath who follows original homeopathy, sometimes that is called classical homeopathy. In my opinion, you do need someone like that. You need a homeopath who follows the original version of homeopathy, the way it was practiced by its founder, Samuel Hahnemann, who lived in the 18th century, and who follows this rule that is in his book, The Organon, and this is the 273, aphorism 273, by the way. That is what you want. You want to follow this, in my opinion. Of course, other people are going to say, this is not that important anymore. It's obsolete. And in modern times, we have kind of gone beyond original form of homeopathy, and we don't need to stick to these principles. There's modern homeopathy, and that's kind of more effective if you don't follow these rules. You're gonna come across a lot of people like that. Okay, I'm just telling you. But if you wanna if you wanna get treatment based on the original form of homeopathy, then you need to follow this rule, okay? You can't say you're doing original homeopathy if you don't follow this rule. And this is not like a suggestion, okay? This is a very strict law, okay? This is he says it's not permissible. It's very strong language. This is like the pillar of classical homeopathy. This is the cornerstone, okay? It's not advice. It's a very strict law, okay? And so I would advise you, if you are treating yourself, or kind of trying to get into homeopathy, learning it a little bit, and then to really adhere to this law, or if you are looking for a therapist and then you want to evaluate his knowledge, the main question is going to be, does he follow this law or not? Okay. And of course, I think I've talked about this in many previous videos. Um, it does make sense to give one remedy at a time. If you think about it, it does make sense from a common sense perspective. Okay, like homeopathy is energy medicine. You cannot affect an energy field with multiple vibrations at the same time, right? You cannot infuse water. Homeopathic remedies are made by infusing frequencies into water. You cannot infuse frequencies into water, multiple frequencies. It can only vibrate on one frequency. So it does make sense from a common sense perspective. And, as I said, a lot of people break this rule. A lot of the so-called modern homeopaths do break this rule, and you're going to hear people say that they practice modern homeopathy or something like that. And so, like a large proportion of the British homeopathic circles, they give multiple remedies, or you have like the so-called clinical homeopathy movement, which is actually a simplified, dumbed down version of homeopathy. They also give multiple remedies, and there's various other groups in homeopathy. It's a long story, but you have a lot of these sub factions of homeopathy who give multiple remedies, and there's a quite a big chance that if you just like do a Google search and try to find a homeopath in your local area, there's a big chance you're going to find one of the frauds. I mean, sorry to say, I call these frauds because they're not basically what I'm my real opinion is that if you're not practicing based on this, you're not following the original form of homeopathy, you're not doing homeopathy. So that means you're a fraud, I think, and you call yourself a homeopath. But that's a different topic, okay? Like I just think it's very bad. Okay, so if you do a Google search, you're most likely gonna find somebody who doesn't practice based on the original form of homeopathy, the original documents, which is which is the Organon and some other books. And you might say like, why do we need to treat the 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 founding document of homeopathy, like the book, the Bible of, why do we need to treat it like the Bible, like like we repeat mantras and we need to stick to it, like it's like it's like a uh, quotes from Jesus or something. We take it so seriously and we can't change it. And why do we need to treat it like we're in a cult or something? Um, that's a good question, right? You could ask that question, and many opponents of classical homeopathy ask that question. And the answer is that it is the truth. So it's not. It's we're not actually like not we're not taking it as gospel or something. We are evaluating the content of it, and it does form a logical system, and it does work better. It does work better. You're gonna it produces better results when you are healing patients if you follow this system of thought. Okay, it makes more sense. It's more scientific, right? And you're going to have better results. So all kinds of things. We're not just blindly following a document and treating it like the words of Jesus or something. There are many reasons why we consider this document and the founder of homeopathy with great respect. Okay. There are many reasons. It's, as I said, it's more scientific. Like it depends on what direction you want to move homeopathy in. Okay, so the founder of homeopathy, Hahnemann, wanted to move homeopathy in the direction of mathematical science. Okay, and not esoteric speculation. Also, so and that makes much more sense to me. Instead of magical thinking, we are moving in the direction of science. And again, you know, all those people who ignore the organon, ignore classical homeopathy, they tend to move not in the direction of science, right? They tend to move homeopathy towards magical esoteric thinking, energies, and magical practices based on analogies and stuff like that. Okay, and that also conflicts with the the intention of the founder. So all in all, I would say that if you ignore the organon and ignore all the intentions of its founder, I would say that you're not actually doing homeopathy. Okay, just call it something else, and don't dupe your patients, right, into thinking you're doing homeopathy. And also, patients, you have to be aware of all this, and you can't just visit a homeopath and think that they're actually doing homeopathy, because a lot of them are not. All right. That's it for this video. Thank you for listening, and take care.